Hello and welcome to Not So Awesome Review. Today we're looking at the Halo, the Spartan Collection Series 7 Master Chief from Halo 3. And yeah, I was hoping to have this video out last week. I filmed it, but the audio wasn't good. Hopefully this time it comes out better. Anyways, this figure is probably my most anticipated Spartan Collection figure in a long time. Noble Team was great. It was cool collecting all of them. This version of Master Chief, my favorite. Halo 3, if you saw that long video I did, is probably my favorite game in the series. And just to have this figure is awesome because of the armor and everything. But, oh, there are issues because, again, it is the Spartan Collection. And I honestly don't know what Jazzwares is doing, but they're doing stuff. That's for sure. But before we get too far into it, let's go over accessories because he does come with a few things, including a couple of open hands, a couple of gripping hands, a couple of trigger finger hands that are actually curved this time, a single double pointing hand, and of course he does come with his battle rifle and his magnum, which I think both are probably the best weapons we could get for this version of Chief. The battle rifle, definitely. Magnum, yeah, alright, makes sense. So yeah, accessory-wise, gun-wise, that's not bad, but he doesn't come with a pair of fists, which I think is really, really weird. Like I said, we do get these new, cooler, trigger hands with the little pointy thing, which I think would have been perfect for holding the other gun. I mean, they kind of make us do that sometimes. I don't know, it's just, we get two gripping hands, and then we get the two gripping hands with the trigger fingers, or maybe just a double pointing. Just something, I feel like we could have gotten rid of some of these hands and gotten a pair of fists. The fact that he doesn't come with a pair of fists kind of annoys me. I think every other Chief we've gotten from this collection comes with a pair of fists. Alice comes with a pair of fists. So why this version? It's weird. So just want to put that out there that it's weird. What's not weird is the armor, which looks pretty good. I mean, detail-wise and everything, yeah, it's the Halo 3 armor. We have the damage on the chest plate. We have the more olive drab green. Is that the right color? I don't know. It's that, more faded. It's been worn. It's no longer the shiny armor from Halo 2. He's been to, the other Halo. He's been through a lot of stuff, and now it's all, like, not shiny. I guess the gloss wore off or something. I don't know. But it looks good. It's essentially the same armor from Halo 2, but it's different because 360 graphics. Yay! Aside from that, yeah, it looks great. It looks how I remember it in the game. Jazzwares, again, weird company in a lot of things, but when it comes to detail, I can't say that they do bad. They do really good, and with the detail on this figure, yeah, he came out looking really nice. The shiny visor is there. It is a different tint than the other Chiefs, so the orangey is a little bit, I guess, different. You get the, I mean, that's what I just said, but yeah, you'll see it in the comparison. It's not the same shade, I believe, but not bad. I will say a few things that I kind of wish he would have gotten is some silver dry brushing on the actual damage parts, because he does have some very slight silver dry brushing that you can almost not even see. There's a little bit right there. It's very, very minimal. I'm like looking at it in all this light, and I have to get like really close if I actually want to see it. The blue on it is alright, but yeah, I feel like the chest plate could have definitely been painted a lot better because it looks really plasticky. The gray on there does not look good at all, in my opinion. As for the weapons, they look fine. I think the pistol came out looking, it looks good. The battle rifle, it looks a little bit plasticky, if I'm going to be completely honest. And I do feel like it should be a little bit bigger, but maybe I'm being biased because I have a 3D printed one and that one's bigger. So looking at this one, I'm just like, man, it's small. But I will say that these weapons are a little bit more rigid. You can see they're not as easy to bend, which is good because I don't think you're going to have an issue with having a curved gun. At least I hope not, because that was one thing that plagued the series for the longest time. And the fact that this one, rigid, not so bendy, I like it because, again, it adds to the realism. It's kind of weird when you're posing these guys, taking photos or doing anything, and the gun is all bendy and stuff. But anyways, talking about posing, let's put this down. The figure is what you would expect from a Spartan collection. Don't expect anything amazing. I have seen these guys going for $60 on eBay. I believe last time I saw it, they dropped down a little bit, maybe around 40. I still think you know, it's not worth it for the aftermarket prices or anything like that, unless you really, really want the figure, I guess. But I feel like 40 is very much pushing it. 60 is definitely not a good price unless you're going to keep it in the package and it's like your holy grail or something. Because again, it's Spartan collection and it's not very posable. It's not the greatest action-y figure. It's pretty on par with the other figures. I wouldn't say it's worse, but it's odd. And the reason I say that is because, of course, the Halo 4 Chief was amazing. He had the ab crunch, he had a little bit more articulation, he looks good. Ab crunch is gone on this figure. I'm just gonna say that right now, ab crunch is gone. Before I forget, we do have these little things that we can flip around and of course plug in our weapons to either side, like so, if it wants to peg in like that. They do fall off a little bit easy, at least in the default direction. Let's see if I can get it in the default direction. Right there, they do tend to fall off a little bit easy, so be careful with that. The back one goes in pretty good. Again, just flip that out. You can put the battle rifle right there. I do want to add that the greens are a little bit off. Like, I don't know. I feel like this is lighter, this is darker. And the first time I reviewed it, because again, this is my second time. Yeah, even right now, I can definitely see it. If I move it in the right light, lighter green, darker green, lighter green, darker green. So it's like the plastic or something's going on there where it just slightly doesn't match, but I want to say it's only in the right light. I think in general room lighting on your shelf from far away, you're probably not going to notice it. Now that I see it, I definitely can't not unsee it, but yeah, it's a little bit off. It's not perfect. Not horrible, not a deal breaker, but yeah, definitely lighter, darker. I don't know why, it just is what it is. Again, as for articulation, arms can go up about that much, which isn't too bad. Down, all the way around, upper arm rotation. Still no, reintroduction of the butterfly joints. I kind of missed those, even though they weren't great. I kind of hope they bring them back and fix them so they are great, I guess. Single, oh, I guess it is double jointed. It's just very, very slight. It's like right here. It's the smallest second part of the joint. That's the most you're going to get from that second part of the joint. But right there, better than 90. Not bad. Yeah, not bad at all. Hand is the wrong direction as always. And getting him to hold his gun in a really nice pose. Again, it's just, he can hold it down here. But if you want him to hold it with the scope, and yeah, it's not gonna really look good. And I think the other issue I have is that, again, he doesn't have any ab movement or anything like that. There's very little side to side. There is almost no rotation and there is no ab crunch at all. Head can look up really good and look down really good and look left and right. No real pivot. Leg forward, leg back, double jointed knee, which doesn't look bad this time. That's good. They added like a little knee pad there. It looks nice. I like that. I approve. Double jointed knee is great. Foot back, forward, and hinge for the toe right there. And of course, thigh swivel right there, which is, it's good. It's fine. It's fine. That's all fine and dandy. But you can't get him in the pose where you should be holding the gun, because when you don't hold the gun straight, you got to be in the sideways thing. And yeah, I mean, again, that's kind of like the whole thing with the entire Spartan collection, getting them into a good pose. Not easy, but you would think after the Halo 4 Chief, they would have made improvements. I guess not. And this is just for all the modding people out there, I guess, like me, because I like modding my figures. I like customizing my figures, I should say. I like making them a little bit better than what they are. So you can still pop off the torso. I want to put that out there. You can still pop it off. But if you're like me, because I know some people, when they pop off the torso, what they do for modding these figures for the articulation is they'll shave down the inside of the plastic right here, which you can still do. But this, part right here, the blue black part, is now glued on to the crotch. So if you're like me and you like doing the swap with soft goods, so he can have all the articulation and be a really good figure, Well, I think the only way to do it is to actually destroy the rubber, which is really dumb. And the fact that Jazz wears, yet you had to glue it in, and they had to make the conscious decision to glue it in. Obviously, it's going to cost some money to glue it in, and I know it's glued in because I heated that sucker up as much as I could, and I still had to like pry under there, and it was just not coming out good, and I didn't really want to damage it, so I kind of gave up for the moment. If I find another one, yeah, okay, I'll probably ruin one just to make one articulated, but as it stands, yeah, it sucks that they went out of their way to make it harder to customize. Fix your shit, and you know, we wouldn't have to customize it. That's my complaint. So I'm gonna just say that because it is pretty stupid. Anyways, here he is compared to every other armored version of Master Chief that's come out. Not every Master Chief that's come out, because there's a few variants on the Infinite one and of course the Halo CE one. But you can see here, yeah, all of mine are modded and stuff, or painted or customized. Yeah, customized, that's the word. So they're all slightly different aside from Halo 4 Chief, because again, aside from maybe a slight repaint, which would make him look a little bit better, I think he's pretty perfect. He's got that ab crunch. He is probably still the best Chief here. Default. To be fair, all these other Chiefs, aside from him having the ab crunch, if you get them just, you know, out of factory, they all have more or less the same articulation as him. And again, we know what to expect. So me shitting on the company for them gluing that part down is more of a personal thing. If we're comparing it fairly to the other figures they've done, okay, it's just more of the same. But I do think it's ridiculous that we went from a better abdomen right here to it being just the same old thing. I don't know, maybe it's because the suit is more, I don't know, different. The body shape is a little bit different, that it made it easier for them to be able to have him articulate compared to the more wider kind of thing we got going on with the other versions of Chief. But I do feel like there is a way to get around it. I mean, Thousand Toys did, but that's an unfair comparison in the sense of those are $100+ figures and these are $20 for the $20 range. Not bad. I do feel like they need to do better. I love that they did the knees better. I do really like that. I do think it's a little bit weird that we don't get too much range with the upper part of that double jointed elbow, but it works. It's more than 90 degrees, so I guess I'm more or less okay with it. But I do think we're like Series 7. We need to be able to get these guys to pose a little bit better. I feel like the engineering just isn't there yet, and I don't know. I could do a whole video kind of criticizing this line, but I'm not gonna do that right now. For $20, is he worth it? Yeah, for the $21, you're gonna get him at GameStop, which, by the way, only so far available at GameStop. I haven't seen him go on their website, but I haven't checked in a while. I haven't seen him anywhere else, which is unfortunate. Go check in person. Hopefully you guys can find him. A little bit hit or miss. I had to go to a city next to mine to actually find this figure, and that's with me having 3 GameStops in my city, so that kind of shows how difficult this wave is to get. Feel like the line's a little bit of a mystery. We didn't get any updates at Comic-Con. We did get an exclusive World of Halo figure, which is cool and all, but we need public information, so hopefully we'll get more later. Series 8 has been shown with packaging, so we know there's at least one more series coming. Who knows if they're going to keep going. It's kind of weird, but I'm glad that at least these ones have made it to the market and are somewhat available to pick up. Again, do I recommend him for the regular price? Yes. If you are a super fan, $40 would probably be the max you want to spend on it, and you might regret it, because I definitely would have regretted it. I kind of regretted it at the $21 mark, if I'm being completely honest. Again, a big part of it is because can't take that part out, can't mod it, and that's one of my favorite things to do with this figure. So the fact that it's glued down, again, it's just dumb and ridiculous to me. But yeah, I don't really know what else to say. I appreciate that the figures are still coming at least. So there is that. Anyways, hope you guys enjoyed the review. Hopefully this video wasn't too crazy or anything, because it's been a while since I filmed. I've been busy working, and it's just I don't have enough time. Being a 3-day weekend, figure I would try this again. And yeah, hopefully you guys enjoyed it. I'll try to get a review for Alice up, but no promises on if that one will even show up. We'll see. I do have other different types of videos planned because I just want, again, the photography thing, I've been talking about it for like a year now. I want to get there at some point, but we'll see where that goes or when that happens. But if you're still watching, thanks for watching, and I will see you all later. Goodbye.